All right, Burrell Harris on Facebook. I'm curious, while waiting on an adjustment, when can the person being filed for by a citizen's spouse be able to go get their working papers, travel documents, and apply for a driver's license? Can you explain the steps, please?
Yeah, you do it simultaneously with filing the adjustment. So if you're eligible to file the adjustment, you would also file for an application for a work permit and an application for a travel document concurrently with the adjustment application. The work permit's done on an I-765. The travel document's done on an I-131. It's called advanced parole. You would get fingerprinted, and the work permit and travel document would come shortly thereafter, and your interview for a green card would come further into the future.
CE user on YouTube, if a couple came in together to the U.S. through DV, then at a later time separated, how soon can they remarry someone from their home country to petition? Should they wait until they become a citizen?
I mean, if it was a real, if you're concerned about fraud, you know, I don't know what to tell you on that, you know, because their concern is that a lot of times people come in on diversity visa lottery and someone says, hey, marry me and I'll get you a green card too, because I just won the lottery. And they come in, they're like, well, I don't want to be married to you, but thanks for getting me the green card. I want to really marry my true love back home. So if it's one of those issues, well, you commit fraud. I can't help you. You know, if it's you guys were in love and then didn't work out, now you want to marry someone else, by all means, but just be prepared to prove it all.
Yvonne Stewart on Facebook. If you got deported 18 years ago from the USA because you overstayed on a work visa, can you go and apply for a visa again?
You can, but they're never going to give you a visa, a non-immigrant visa, to return to the United States. You already overstayed on one non-immigrant visa. They don't give you a second chance at that. Can you apply for a green card? That would be a different story, yes. But applying for a non-immigrant visa, I doubt they would give it to you.
Krista and Henry on YouTube. My husband filed for my children, both under 21, but my daughter since had a baby. Will the baby be added to her petition? We sent a copy of the baby's birth certificate. Their cases got approved.
How old's the daughter?
Under 21.
And your husband's a U.S. citizen?
My husband filed for my children.
I assume the husband's a U.S. citizen. So the answer is the baby would not be included on that case because your daughter is what's called an immediate relative, which means that children are not included on it. If your daughter gets her visa and the baby is under 2 years old and it's her first entry into America, which would be on her immigrant visa, they would give a parole to the baby to go with the mother into the United States, not a green card, but a parole. And then when the mother gets here, the mother would turn around and file for a green card for the baby.
Yvonne Alexis on YouTube. I applied for...
Well, I just want to say one thing. It's the most important thing is it's only given for your first entry. So if it's going to be a situation where your daughter leaves the baby behind, enters the U.S. and says, now I want to go back and get my baby, too late. First entry only.
All right, Yvonne Alexis on YouTube. I applied for VAWA and my work permit and AP is approved. I'm divorced. Can I travel with my AP?
Yes, of course.
Peggy James on Facebook. My son got married in 2019 and got his I-130 approved. He brought all the necessary documents for his lawyers to file for his adjustment. Every time he calls, she's never in the office. His wife left and divorced him last year. What can he do?
Fall in love again or file a VAWA if there was abuse.
It's Apple Pie on Facebook. Is there a problem when you check your NVC case status and it says, due to the numerical limitation, this petition is not eligible for further processing at this time? Priority date is November 8th, 2017. For F1 category, child over 21.
Yeah, what they're saying, it's Apple Pie, is just that prior dates are not current yet.
CE user on YouTube. What's the cost for threatening to file a mandamus and actually filing a mandamus for delayed naturalization from LA?
$75 million. I'm being facetious. I don't quote fees on our show. Come speak to me.
Delay was about 18 months to 2 years. Is there a separate charge for a FOIA request?
Speak to me. I don't know anything about your case.
CE user on YouTube, another one. For adjustment of status while waiting for the actual green card, how long will it take to get the EAD card?
Usually 6 to 8 months these days. It's supposed to be 3.
Alan Aga on YouTube. NVC mailed me to submit 2020 W2s or 1099. I did the W2s. What's the difference? I'm employed.
They gave you both W-2 and 1099?
NVC mailed me to Summit 2020 W-2 or 1099.
Okay.
I did the W-2. What's the difference?
The difference is a W-2 is you're a paid employee and your employer took out your salaries. A 1099 is you're an independent contractor and whoever hired you is just alerting the government this is what they paid you. But no taxes were ever taken out.
And Samba Godfrey on YouTube, I have a pending asylum, but not in court. I married a U.S. citizen. She filed for me this month. I've received a letter for a third asylum interview on April 4th, 2022, and I haven't received my I-130 receipt.
I don't, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you have not been NTA'd, I would just file the adjustment.
Richard Woolery on Facebook, can someone with a H-4 visa own their own company and file for taxes? Also, can that person work?
They have, yeah, H-4 visas have work permits, so you'll be able to own your own company and be an independent contractor.
Honey Boss on Facebook, I overstayed my visa due to COVID. Is it possible I can get a green card without marriage?
I don't know. You gotta speak to me.
Nostal, my husband got a marriage-based green card but was divorced in 2019 before 3 years of marriage with his first wife. He and I has since gotten married a year and a half now. Can he petition for my 16-year-old daughter and I for a green card before he becomes a citizen?
He cannot petition for you within 5 years of getting a green card through a prior marriage until he becomes a citizen or it's more than 5 years.
Deborah Gibson, what happens after your EAD and AP is given? How long before the green card is given?
It could be anywhere from 3 months to 3 years. I don't know anything about your case.
Shopia Henderson, good afternoon, Uncle Brad. Can a person who went to prison marry someone and file for her? He went to prison for drugs.
Yes, as long as he's out of prison, why not?
Dalton Richards, when do you think the visa bulletin will move and by how many months?
I don't know.
Lacey, Kai, Ann Forrester. Ann Forrester. When will I receive my welcome letter from the NVC? My case got approved Monday.
I've seen them come in as quickly as 7 days.
All right.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.